Because we've got to an hour, I don't want to prolong it anymore. I really appreciate your patience because people logging in from work. I'd like you to hang in there, please. Yeah. So all 85 of you, thank you so much for sticking it out with us. But I'd like you to stick it because this is where there's a lot of value in this Q&A session, right? So we're now going to get into the Q&A bit. I'm going to leave it open until you kind of had all your opportunity to say what you want to say. So Bismillah, we're going to open for the floor to questions. After the questions, I'm going to send you like a feedback link. That is incredibly important. I want all of you to kindly fill that out. Just spare a couple of minutes to fill that out because that will inform us of how we're going to improve, and we're going to iterate, and we're going to fast fail, and we're going to be agile, and we're going to be efficient in improving from one IPIN to the other, to the other, to the other, inshallah, until we have a remarkable event. So first question, Bismillah. Okay, in your opinion, who is the blessed Islamic mortgage lender? Let me answer that question. Look, we're not supposed to give our opinions, but I'm going to give my opinion anyway, right? There's banks who have been out there for a long time, long in this space, the Islamic mortgage space, right? And there's banks who are relatively new. Now, let me give you a clue. I can see the questions coming in. Thank you. Let me give you a clue. If someone's coming to a marketplace to disrupt the market, do you think they're going to be coming in just because like they want to lose money? They're going to come in because they've seen a gap or they've seen an opportunity where they think they can enhance the service. Yeah. So the new players in the market space, and there's only a few big ones, and the rest of them are small. Keep a close eye on them. Yeah. And contact us offline, and I'll give you the real answer for that one. I'll give you the actual bank, because I don't know if I'm going to get in trouble if I do this, and it's just gonna. I don't want to compromise our position with the banks. We want all of them to succeed. We want this space to succeed, and we want them to listen to us. We come together as a community. We're going to have power, and we're going to make changes, right? So let me get to the second question. Don't landlords have a lot of headache? It depends how you want to do it. There's so many ways to skin a cat. If you want to get a screwdriver out and get the plunger out and manage the property to that level, of course it's going to be a headache. If you want to give it to the local authority on a 5-year rent guarantee, how's that a headache? They repair, they maintain, they do everything. If you want to get into a buy-to-let mutual fund instead of owning the property, you can do that. There's many ways that you can do it and still benefit in a similar way. So that's the answer to that question. Interesting from AB. Interesting presentation tonight. You are proposing to form a rental fund, perhaps in an ISA wrapper. Not too complicated for us. Not ready for that. That's all that is FCA territory. Not interested in that. We want to be agile. We want to be nimble. We want to be real. We want to have practical solutions. So all of that, like government level stuff, not interested. In your opinion, who's the best Islamic? We've just answered that. As first-time buyer, do your team offer support and guidance from the start, legal aspect, fees, completion, etc.? The simple answer is no, but the more creative answer is yes. Just become a coaching client. We will coach you for a number of sessions, hold your hand through the process for your first property, and of course we'll make time for that. But our time is scarce. All of our time here, the most valuable thing that we have in our lifetime. Imam Ghazali, he said, our time is our life. Such is the value of time. Yeah. So we have to apportion our time. We've got limited time, limited life, limited choices. So we've decided to give our time to the Islamic investor, its infrastructure, Properteers Group, to build all of these projects that we're building out. If you want some of our time, then you will have to pay for that time. That's just how it goes. But with respect, with dignity, we will give you the best handheld and the best honor, and we'll also make the right connections for you so it can happen for you. How do you benefit from the UKIPIN? My coach was telling me this. It's a really good question. It's a cheeky question, but it's a good question. Look, I will take time on these questions, so please hang in, yeah? Okay, sorry about that. There was a little bit of technical thing going on there. We should be back. If you're not, just put some messages in. What's really interesting in, despite despite dropping out, so mashallah, so many people, I've lost the questions. You need to put your questions back in. You need to put the questions back in, please, because I need to answer all of your questions to your heart's content. Let me answer the question I was answering anyway. Why do we do the UKIPIN? There's a few answers to this one. A, because money is not the only motivator for us. So it's about bringing the ummah up. Look at the zakat system. There is no minimum. There is no maximum that you can give zakat to a poor person. That means with zakat payment, you can make a poor guy rich. So the zakat system itself brings the lowest ranks in the community to become contributors into the Islamic economy. So that's what we want to do. We want to pull the ummah. But it creates, it's a fast track to where we want to get to, right? We want to work with our community to build landmark projects, so that they can buy the properties from us, and so we can do the redlining stuff. I don't mean to do that and say that in a rude way, but we can create generational wealth for our brothers and sisters, for our communities, for our children. We can start buying those properties at a discount and building that influence and presence in the economy and in the marketplace. Right. Do UKIPIN give Islamic mortgages or plan to do so in the future? No. In the future, possibly, we'll have partnerships for sure. When we're big enough, the banks are going to pay attention to us. They're going to come talking to us, and we can roll some things out. Why not? Don't investors, in brackets buy-to-let, cause real estate prices to double every 10 years? No, that's the market. That's supply and demand, straight. There's 70 million people in the UK plus. We don't have enough properties to live in, and we don't have enough supply for the next 20 years. That's just market forces. There's nothing to do with buy-to-let investors distorting the market. Anyway, to handle situation where refinance can be done on ex-local, ex-council property to make way for new halal. I think if you own the property unencumbered, the bank any money, that some banks will look at that, from what I understand. Nope, Hilal is nodding his head in the negative. I don't think Islamic banks are looking at that, but there could be some creative solutions for that. I would recommend Brother Ridwan to have a coaching session with us to work that piece out. We can come up with a strategy, like a 5-year retirement plan, whatever you want. Ali, what is the average time it takes someone to raise money for a deposit from scratch? Also, is there any available help for Muslim individuals raising money for deposits in the first place? Okay, I've got 3 minutes, right? So I'm gonna close off for 3 minutes. How long is a piece of string is the answer. It depends how good you are raising money. Yeah, alhamdulillah, one of the things that I'm really skilled in, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave me the gift of doing, is raising money. We can run a session on how to do that, but it all depends on your thing. But really and truly, for a deposit, for the average person, if you're buying your first house, you're buying your house to live in, people are gonna have sympathy with you, brother, or sister. I don't know what the A could be Anha, A could be Aisha. People will generally have sympathy for you if it's your first time investor. They're going to give you that money, even if they think they're not going to get it back. It's not usually a problem. It'll take about, if I had a wild guess, 3 to 6 months, if that. Is there a way to contact the community? Yes, there is. team@properteersgroup.com. Look at the Jewish community. They help each other. Bang on, completely. They completely help each other, and they create waqf projects, which is what we've alhamdulillah, we've started the process of doing, and we want to create not just work for a school or for a mosque, but we wanted to start awqaf for families. That's where we want to get to. We want to get it to. Is mutual fund for buy-to-let set up? No, we don't have that. What's the best lender? I've answered that already. Is it possible to implement BRR strategy in a halal way? Buy, refurbish, refinance, and rent? Of course it is. Absolutely. And we do that. Okay, so we've come to the end of our questions. I really appreciate your attendance tonight. Alhamdulillah, you know, we were completely chocker with the number of sign-ups that we had. We were scared at one stage. We want to have the infrastructure. That shows how much people want this, and you know what? We're ready to give it. We're ready to deliver, and so we really appreciate your attendance tonight. The last thing I want to say is your feedback. Your feedback is absolutely crucial. I want to know what you want in the forthcoming sessions. I want to know how this session went. The good, bad, the ugly, everything. Just say it as it is. I want to hear it for the reality of it. That feedback will help us iterate and improve from session to session. So with that, I will take leave from you tonight. Inshallah, we look forward to building this. Alhamdulillah, I really enjoyed my time with you. I'm looking forward to having you in a real session. Alhamdulillah, a commercial building is being built where we'll have a massive capacity for massive IPN sessions in person when things go back to normal sometime in the summer. But until then, we'll have these timely online IPNs. And inshallah, we'll continue to take benefit from you and giving you as much value and benefit as well. Please make dua for us. Jazakumullah khair. The recording of this session will go out. The condition was that you have to sign up. So anyone who has signed up will get this, inshallah, recording of the entire session. And Amit Patel on the final says, thank you very much to the team. Alhamdulillah, you know, it was completely our pleasure. Subhana rabbika rabbil izzati amma yasifun. Wa salamun ala mursaleen. Walhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.